162,017 by Steve Marco Misks 20,776 views. Tweet: in other words, the perfect crime. It sounded too good to be true, and it was all over Canada. A woman was posting ads selling hairless sphinxes for $650. These exotic animals usually go for $1,000 or more, so a few eager buyers did take the bait. Reports say the woman arranged to meet in parking lots and acted as if in a hurry, even lowering her price so as to speed the transaction. When the buyers brought what they thought was a hairless sphinx, they quickly discovered that the cats were shaved using a razor. Reports were made to the Alberta Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, but officials said they could not act for lack of evidence. Source: the visas were real, but the office that issued them wasn't. For 10 years, an underground faction ran a fake U.S. embassy in Accra, the capital of Ghana. Thanks to connections in the government, they were able to obtain legitimate passports as well as create their own elaborate fakes. They would advertise in nearby cities and sell them for $6,000 each. The office was only open 3 days a week and had an air of authenticity. There was even a picture of President Obama on the wall. They were eventually caught and shut down thanks to an anonymous tip. Source 1. Source 2. For years, Josh Brasso talked of pranking his conservative family, and in December of 2015, he finally got his chance. Josh put an ad on Facebook for a woman with children that would agree to pose with him for a Christmas card. He found Jess Jacks, who had 2 teenage sons and lots of tattoos. He then had the cards printed up and sent to all his relatives, who he assumed would be shocked and/or concerned for him. The photos ended up going viral before all of the family members could get their cards, but many had a good laugh. Source: this fake is where desperation, creativity, and stupidity collide. Police pulled over a Massachusetts woman driving on I-391 in Chicopee, MA for drawing a license plate and putting it on her car. Not surprisingly, she was driving on a suspended license and revoked registration, although she did not provide officers with a drawing of those and later charged. Moral of the story: if you should be driving, don't. The state police posted on the Facebook page along with a photo of her handiwork. Source: he was sentenced to 2 weeks in jail. A Malaysian man named Rajali Buntu was heading back to his home country when he overslept in the Singapore airport lounge and missed his flight. However, instead of booking a new one for 18 days, Rajali lived at Changi Airport, downloading fake boarding passes and manipulating them with Photoshop. In total, he made 31 passes and used them to go in and out of lounges in all 3 terminals. He was finally noticed by an attendant who saw him in the same lounge a few days earlier. Source: via blame Tito, not me. I'm as innocent as a schoolgirl, he said. On April 26, 2015, a Florida man named Jeff Waters walked into a Bank of America and handed the teller check from the 1990s made out to cash to the tune of $368 billion. He was immediately declined, but nevertheless explained he had bought the check from a homeless man named Tito for $100, who said he could cash it for any amount. The reason it was for so much money was so he could open an underwater Italian restaurant that would feed 30 million people at a time. Source: but what if it's real and they're just saying it's fake? The authorities in charge of CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, were not laughing when a video of what appears to be a human sacrifice taking place on their campus, the home of the Large Hadron Collider, went viral. The 1-minute video was shot from an onlooker peeking out a window, who at the climactic moment, starts cursing and panicking. CERN welcomes every year thousands of scientific users from all over the world, and sometimes some of them let the humor go too far. This is what happened on this occasion. An email statement read: watch below. Warning: foul language. Source: a replica of the fake photo. Source: this is one of the longest enduring, and perhaps most embarrassing, fakes in the history of science. For 40 years, a fossil found in 1912 by Arthur Smith Woodward and Charles Dawson, dubbed the Piltdown Man, was thought to be the missing link between apes and humans. While there were initial skeptics, it wasn't entirely discredited until 1953. Still, the mystery of who pulled off the elaborate forgery lasted until 2016, after an 8-year study concluded Dawson alone created the fake skull using an orangutan's teeth and dental putty. Source 1. Source 2. When he was 17, he was caught wearing a doctor's robe and walking around a hospital. 18-year-old Malachi Love Robinson always wanted to be a doctor. But he must have thought, why waste time going to medical school when you can just put on a white coat and start seeing patients? According to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Department, Malachi opened up a clinic he called New Birth New Life, which had a Facebook page and website that included photos of him dressed as a physician, complete with a stethoscope. An undercover officer went to the office and was given a physical exam by Mr. Love Robinson, who was later arrested for posing as a medical doctor without a license. Source 1. Source 2. You might also like best this month. 8,377 views. 10 pointless luxury items. Best ever. 501,645 views. Abandoned mansions. 10 creepy abandoned mansions. Best ever. 448,288 views. 10 amazing underground homes. Best ever. 519,980 views. Best ever. 323,726 views. 10 people who woke up after being pronounced dead. ODDEES new website. ODDEES new website. 126,727. 14,900